What is going on, my fellow YouTubers? Jay here from Maji and Jay. Today in this video, I'm going to be providing the unboxing and also the hands-on of this nice device that came directly from Yumi. This one is called the Yumi Plus E, and the letter E stands for Extreme. It has 6 GB of RAM, 64 GB of internal storage. It comes built in with an Octa core processor. It's the Helio P20. Now keep in mind that it is slightly different than the X20. This one is a little bit inferior, but also saves a lot of power. It comes with a 4,000 milliamp battery built in. It has a metallic unibody, fingerprint scanner. You have a nice 13 megapixel camera made by Samsung, and much more. So let's go ahead and take here a look at the box. It's very similar to other phones that we have seen from Yumi. It is plastic and very nice and well presented. Of course, I already removed one of the seals to take a look at the device and make sure that everything was working properly before completing the video. On the back side, we have some of the complete specs on here in case you guys want to learn more about this product or you can't simply understand my English. Everything has been listed on the back side of the box. So getting this thing open, we find the phone itself, and this is the 5.5 inch display made by Sharp. It has a Corning Gorilla Glass number 3, 2.5D R screen. Let's go ahead and remove this hideous screen protector. I never liked the screen protectors, but the display looks already very nice. You have a fingerprint scanner. Now this fingerprint scanner comes with the menu key and also the back key on the sides, so you can use it either on the screen or the software, or you can use the hardware, which is really nice. On the top you have a 5 megapixel shooter with the ear speaker and also a notification LED light with the sensors on top. On the left hand side we have here nothing but just a SIM tray. It is a dual standby device. Now you can only fit either one TF card and one SIM, or 2 SIM cards. You can't do 2 SIM cards and a TF card, unfortunately. We do have here a dedicated shortcut button, which is really cool. And on the other side we have the power key. We also got the volume rockers up and down together with the metallic frame. Now keep in mind that this phone is not very thin, and a lot of that has to do because of the battery. On top you got the 3.5mm headphone jack. On the back side here we have the 13 megapixel Samsung camera, which is really cool. We have a noise cancelling mic with the Yumi logo. Towards the bottom says Plus E, designed by Yumi, made in China, Yumi technology and Android smartphone. So the bottom sides here are made of plastic. Unfortunately, that cannot be changed, but the remaining here is made of aluminum. Okay, so let's go ahead and power this baby on and see what else comes inside of the box so that we can jump on into the software immediately. Now I did mention that this one here comes with the Android 6.0 out of the box, but according to the Yumi company, they will throw the update for the Android 7.0 Nougat. So I'm really looking forward to that. Inside of the box here we have a divider with some manuals, as you guys can tell. Okay, very basic manuals, nothing really exciting. It does have a QR code on the back so that you can learn more about the company and whatnot. It does have a fast charger. Like always, I get to be very unlucky and receive the European. So on the back here we have some of the specs, and we can definitely confirm that this is a fast charger. Very cool. It's made and designed by Yumi. We have the USB Type-C this time. As you guys can see right here, we have a SIM ejector tool. By the way, for those of you who are curious to know how the SIM looks on this device, I know I usually lack removing the SIM tray. I will remove it for you. So here we have the SIM tray, and as I said before, dual SIM, dual standby, or you can do 1 TF card and 1 SIM. Okay, very cool. If I forgot to mention, on the bottom there we have the USB Type-C with the speaker and also the microphone, and that's all we find here around this body. So with this being said, let's go ahead and set the box aside and look more into the Yumi Plus E. So now we are greeted here with the operating system, and once again this is the Android 6.0 Marshmallow. It is scheduled to receive the OTA for Android Nougat. Right now here we have a couple applications that I ported from my Samsung Galaxy S7 into this device, and everything still works very nice and snappy. As you guys can tell, there's no lag, at least here on the UI. I did test the games like Ospo 8 and it's all working fine. I tested some Pokemon games that usually or that sometimes are not compatible with certain devices, and they are working fine as well. I have Facebook, I have Skype, I have Messenger, I have some of these social medias that I usually use a lot. and they are all working perfectly fine. So when it comes to the software, this device is so far behaving well. The battery, I did charge it this morning, and I took this device with all the wrappers and everything to work, and I was using it somewhat, you know, with T-Mobile, and I actually lost the little adapter because I had to put my SIM card on the Galaxy S7. But anyways, making story short, I did tested it a little bit, and the phone did work quite well. The battery was fine. I got home with about, I think it was 75 or 79%. So yes, when it comes to the battery, is lasting quite a long time. And also another thing here, talking about the display that I like a lot, is the brightness. It's super bright, so when you are outside under the sun, it's very easy to view, and if you wear sunglasses, it's not going to dim off. Some devices, as we know, do have you know, different display technology, and sometimes when you wear sunglasses, you can't see anything unless you tilt it this way. So that's a little bit of an inconvenience, and that's not going to happen here with the Yumi Plus E. Something very cool. So another great aspect is going to be the camera. This is a 13 megapixel sensor on the back, made by Samsung. I did tested it a little bit. I mean, it still needs some work. I would say it's more of software work in order for it to be perfected, but so far it's doing quite well. Here I'm going to shoot a little picture of this drone on the background, and let's go ahead and view this picture, and you guys can actually agree that for me, just to shoot the picture real quick, you can see all the details right there on those dots of the box. You can see the details here on the wood, or pretending to be wood, of the box. So yes, the camera is really nice. I didn't have any disappointments whatsoever when it came to the camera. The front-facing camera, on the other hand, is just quite basic, you know, nothing special. I can just flip it here on the bottom side, and if you guys haven't noticed, the software is a little bit different on here. This time you have video, photo, pro photo, which you can change the focus, you can change you know, the white balance and all that good stuff that we like to do. So that's kind of cool. And we have panorama mode, and if you guys look at it, it looks very similar to the iOS UI. To be honest, they kind of copy it a little bit, where they keep it simple but at the same time useful. So that's kind of cool. And now with this being said about the camera, let's go here into settings, and let's go ahead and check that fingerprint scanner. So to access it, we go into settings like we just did, then we go to security. After this, we go to fingerprint, and then we hit continue. It'll ask you to set up a password afterwards, so set up screen lock. We're going to do a pin this time, and let's just do the standard 1234 1234. Select OK, and now we click here done, and then you start putting in your fingerprint. And this one is really sensitive, and to be quite honest with you guys, Yumi doesn't have a bad reputation of fingerprint scanners. They work as intended, and it's really no surprise as of right now. You can also add multiple fingers as usual. I usually add my 2 thumbs and my 2 index from the left side, and also of course the right hand side. So that way, in case I have it on a desk like this, I can just use my index, and if I'm holding the phone with either hand, I can just use my thumb. Very convenient. I really don't like devices that have the fingerprint on the back. I think that's a waste of time. Having it on the front is definitely a lot more convenient, but this all comes to opinion, so you guys might think differently, but that's my opinion as of right now. Another cool part about this device before we test the fingerprint is that you don't need to press the key. You can press it if you want to, but all you have to do when you're locking it, and let's say your screen is asleep, you put your finger on top and it'll unlock for you. Now in this case, the settings I did require for additional security, which is the pin. So I'm just going to select the pin here, and then you are unlocked. Now you can disable this pin if you don't want it. In my case, I just did it for extra security and for demonstration purposes. So if we turn on the screen again, let's see here. Well, I never recorded this finger. I did forget about that. So there we go. It did unlock the device this time. Let's try that one more time here. There we go. It did fail because maybe I did it a little bit too fast, and also my hands are a little bit sweaty since I'm making a video right now. But take my word for it, it's working perfectly well. So far guys, I have no major complaints when it comes to the performance of this device. Again, so far I don't see any major bugs on here. I do have apps like YouTube on here, and that's working perfectly well. So let me just go ahead and open it for you, even though I'm not logged in directly to my account. I'm going to search here for Mai and Jay, so that way you guys can take a look together with me. So there we go. Here are my videos. Let's go ahead and do a replica here of the iPhone 7 Plus.
So it's your friend's birthday. How do you find the perfect gift?
That's the audio. Pretty nice quality speaker. Okay, so there we have it. Even though I just played an ad, but you guys get the idea. Everything's working as intended. Another cool part about this device is the little shortcut button on the side, something that Yumi likes to add on their devices. You can change it here by going directly to the shortcut. Right now is for the camera, so I can change it, let's say, for something else, like maybe gallery. Okay, so if I am here, let's say, let me just unlock the device, and I touch this button, it'll take me directly into gallery. You can change it for even recent applications that you just downloaded. That's another cool feature about this phone. You can also use the soft touch keys, which are the ones on the screen, or you can use the ones on the bottom. So right now I can just enable this one here. Okay, and pretty soon you guys will see that they pop up here. All right, I can use these, or I can just use the ones on the side of the buttons, which is the one that I prefer right now. So I have the second option on here, and I think it looks a lot better. So let me just hide this right here, and now I have full usage of the screen without interrupting what I'm seeing. So with this being said, guys, I think I have provided a little bit of information about the Yumi Plus E. So far, I don't see any glitches on the phone. It seems like a very promising device. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a case, so it looks like the back can scratch very easily because of the color and also the paint that they use. It feels like you can scratch it super easily. So if you guys buy this device, make sure that you get a case just to protect your investment. So with this being said, if you guys do have any questions, you know exactly what to do. Just leave your comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you think it was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next one.